You know, in sports, we blame the guy who makes the last mistake, and it's just sort of what we do. And, Bartman, the referees, anybody that makes Bill Buckner the last mistake is the guy we blame. But, that Buckner mistake, it was only Game 6. We blame the refs in Sacramento and the Lakers, but it was not the last game in the series. You do remember the Bartman game was not the last game in the series or the last inning. But we do that. We blame the last person that makes the big mistake. So Marcus Williams is the rookie defensive back for the Saints that made this big gaffe. And I said yesterday, and I want to say it again, is I think a lot of this falls on coaching. And because he's a rookie, but I want to explain this. When you get on an airplane, they calmly say to you, in case of a water landing, why do they do that? Why do they coolly and calmly say, in case of a water landing? Which is frightening when you think about it, right? Have you ever wanted to land a plane, a commercial jetliner, on water? They say that because they know your natural instinct would be chaos and panic. So really, it's a class. They have a video with it. They've memorized it. They give it about 2 minutes to 3 minutes. They ask you to please watch because they know cognitively, in the moment, you would panic, and that would be very human. So Marcus Williams is a hyper-aggressive defensive back who lights people up, and he plays at 100 miles an hour. And the Saints called a timeout before that play. Did anybody go to him and say, hey, Marcus, we want you to play at about 88 miles an hour, maybe 90. We want you to make sure you don't go for the big hit or you don't go for the big interception. Throttle it back, play smart and safe so that he is cognitively prepared before the play starts. That's why you're told on a plane, hey, in case this happens and it's rare, here's what you do. The natural instinct of any aggressive football player who has a career college history of lighting people up, he is hyper-aggressive, is to, in the moment, in crisis, be aggressive. That's where you have to teach him. Hey, man, throttle back aggressive. I don't want to hit. I don't want to pick. What I want you to do is grab the player. If he catches it, we're okay with the catch. What we're not okay with is the catch and the run. Keep him in bounds. Because if Diggs catches that and goes out of bounds, that's not good either. It's not a guaranteed win, but it's not good. This is what teaching's all about. This is why Will Ferrell never drops an F-bomb on Saturday Night Live, and an actor, a really talented guy, was on there this weekend and dropped one. He's not a live actor. He's not ready for it. He's super talented. He's a great actor, but he's not ready in the moment. Live TV, he gets ahead of himself, drops the F-bomb. Coaching on planes and in football fields. This is what it's all about. There is a reason New England has really aggressive DBs, and they wouldn't make that play. That's all coaching is. Coaching is teaching. Doesn't matter if it's a sociology teacher, a history teacher. Their enemy is time. It's never the student. They just need time to teach. Saints called a timeout. What did you do during that timeout? Did you take that young guy and say, dude, you're aggressive. Pull it back. Keep him in bounds. So to me, that play, we always blame the last screw-up, the last mistake. That's as much coaching as it is the player. Christine with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
Did you ever have the situation, I don't know, maybe with Ann, where you guys became Facebook official? Was that ever a thing for you? And do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't. What does that mean?
So when people are dating, I don't really use Facebook at all, but when people are dating, it's a big deal when you become Facebook official.
What's it mean?
In a relationship.
You're both on Facebook?
Like you're both on Facebook, and then there's a place where it says relationship status, and you put in a relationship.
Okay.
So that means that you're really official and you're ready to tell the world. It's apparently
I've never done
what all the cool kids are doing.
Okay.
I've never used that button.
Okay.
Anyways, it seems like Josh McDaniels and his defensive coordinator are Facebook official with the Colts. So this is what happened. The Patriots season, not over yet, so obviously that cannot be official publicly. But the reports are that Josh McDaniels will be the next head coach, and Matt Eberflus will be his defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Now, Eberflus's, which is quite a mouthful, his wife made her Facebook profile pic into a Colts filter. She's got a Colts filter on it. So that would be pretty telling that the two of them are Facebook official and they will be going to the Colts.
By the way, I texted the Colts GM last night. He wouldn't tell me. I tried to.
There you go.
I'm like, hey, congratulations on Josh McDaniels. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, is that like tampering? Could he get a fine or something? You should just send him this picture, actually, and say this. Congrats.
Yeah, I love this hire. I really do, Christine. I love this hire. Be very careful about judging Josh McDaniels on the mess in Denver. By the way, Tom Coughlin, Pete Carroll, and Bill Belichick have all been fired in this league. Sometimes you get a job and the pieces aren't right, and in Denver, they didn't have the quarterback situation figured out. He's got a good GM in Ballard. He has Andrew Luck. And they also, Christine, have the number 3 pick, meaning they can take that great running back from Penn State, or they could trade it for multiple picks. If this is true, I try to get it validated. I think you've done better detective work. I love this. This is my favorite move of the offseason so far.
I think it's true. Otherwise, that would be a pretty bad filter to put up on your Facebook profile for the wife. So this is a pretty crazy story. After the Rockets-Clippers game last night, apparently some of the Rockets players snuck through a back hallway that connects the two locker rooms to try to start a fight. And Clint Capella, they sent him out to the front entrance of the locker room to knock on the door, on the Clippers door, to distract the players inside so the rest of the guys could sneak in the back through this hallway. LAPD had to get involved, but the players involved were James Harden, Trevor Ariza, and Gerald Green, all pushed into the locker room, and they were trying to confront Austin Rivers and Blake Griffin. So LAPD was called to kind of break it up. And then Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting today that there's an NBA investigation into what happened after the game, and there will be no shortage of punished individuals.
Well, Chris Paul went along with it, but he's the president of the Players Association. I wouldn't see him getting into a fistic. I would think he did it because I think he was worried Trevor Ariza. Because Ariza was getting really emotional, and Blake could have bumped the coach. Like, it felt like to me it was really emotional, and Chris Paul was going back there to like, hey, I've been in this room. Let's slow down, guys. This could be a circus.
Well, apparently this also happened between the Warriors and the Clippers. The Warriors also used this back entrance to try to confront some players. I think they should probably cement that off.
Yeah.
That's probably not a good thing. Like, if you want to meet outside, go ahead, meet for drinks later, but not in the locker room. So there probably should be a little secret entrance.
That's not a good look for the league. Not a good look.
No. And finally, some other locker room drama last night. This time it was in Cleveland after the Warriors beat the Cavs. There was apparently no hot water in the visiting players' locker rooms.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's a coincidence.
Yeah, literally no hot water, and the players all kind of jumped in, jumped out, put a lot of clothes on, and Kevin Durant, the reporters could hear him yelling from the shower, man, they got to do something in the queue, somebody call Braun. Meaning, let's be honest, if LeBron wanted them to have hot water, I'm sure they would have had hot water. So, had to take a cold shower after they won last night.
Cold enough in Cleveland.
What's going on with the locker rooms?
I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah, LeBron is in charge of plumbing.
Yeah, probably.
Don't you forget that, Goulet. Christine with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Line
Say goodbye to takeout and hello to HelloFresh. Ate this last night. Healthy ingredients, easy to follow recipes, shipped to your door. Limited time, get $30 off your first box. Free shipping to HelloFresh.com/Colin. Let's get to the bottom of this with NBA guy Chris Broussard. The detective Broussard is joining us now. This back entrance stuff is nothing but trouble. Okay, first of all, I'll get to the Cavs in a second. Just explain this. Chris Paul's the president of the Players Association. He was going back there to break it up, right?
No, not that I don't.